Series number 2, the upper bracket final as well as that elimination final are now going to be full best of 5. So we get to see a whole lot more halo between these teams, and we get to see a bit more of a back and forth. And I think Bluey going into this best of 5, we get to see whether or not the Chiefs are going to let Pro Series 1 sit in the back of their minds and make this one a little bit closer, or whether or not we're going to be seeing Divine Mind maybe run away with another winners final.
It's going to be tough for Divine Mind going into this first match on Recharge. I hope they're not having PTSD from that Slayer Recharge game that they had to endure last week, where Chiefs just sat Hydro side the entire game, which is absolutely something that they can do here on Strongholds. If they just hold top A elevator and then that C point at Hydro, then they can just play that same game, and Divine Mind have to play a game of like, all right, boys, we have to go over to them over and over again. So here's hoping Divine Mind have some sort of strategy leading into this map, because we've seen Chiefs play on Recharge all the time, and they always are so good at just controlling this map in general. So Divine Mind, yeah, my call goes out to you boys. You better have something in play, otherwise Chiefs are going to have your number.
I'm sure they went through the VODs here after week number 1 and are looking to smash it in week number 2. The winners final is underway, ladies and gentlemen. The Chiefs and Divine Mind going head-to-head once again.
Let's do it, Bluey. It is the ANZ Pro Series number 2. We're into the winners final. It's Divine Mind versus the Chiefs. Can Divine Mind take down the Chiefs once again and send them down to the elimination bracket? Or can Chiefs show what they're made of and take down Divine Mind as they've been doing the whole time? What do you reckon, Bluey?
Yeah, it's time for a match of Titans once again, and we're going to see if Chiefs reign supreme like they always do. We see Madsy go down near immediately, and also Barcode just take an L as soon as he goes to pit for that camo, which is not something that we're used to seeing. And straight off the bat, Slayz is just pushing into that C point and making sure that it's theirs. That's a very dominant opening from the side of Divine Mind.
Yeah, Slayz manages to gets himself C. His other teammate grabs B, so they will have control. The players of the Chiefs are all over on A side, the elevator side of the map, and in tower. He's got a teammate. Slayz has a teammate inside the tower. He will try to push in and help him out. He makes Madsy one shot. He will take him down. Barcode is going to challenge him. He goes straight up. Barcode gets another shot, and somehow he manages to kill him. How did Barcode get back out to take him down? Barcode gets the double. He gets the perfect, and he will try to get C in his control. He's got BZIIRK pushing him, though. He'll take on BZIIRK again, and he gets help from Madsy, actually. He doesn't take him down, but Barcode going huge right off the bat. He's ready to play, Bluey.
Madsy just in Barcode's pocket there, just giving him all the support he needs in that duel. You know, that absolutely would have been called from Divine Mind. You know, Barcode's one shot on C, but there was just no follow-up from the side of Divine Mind. I'm sure BZIIRK was probably pretty confident in his ability to get that, but the call that Madsy was just in the backline there, laying down shots, was not made, and that was BZIIRK's undoing.
Yeah, it was 4 down for the Chiefs, and they do not have control. They've only got the C point. They're pushing into B. 2 down for the side of Divine Mind. Slayz pushes into tower to try and clean up Pipz, and he will. He'll call out Madsy and get the shots down. Avant Beastn will take down Madsy, and it was 3 down for the Chiefs. The Chiefs are spawning up at A. They do have A and C in their control, so the side of Divine Mind's not able to get any points, even though the Chiefs were 3 down.
Yeah, and even in that position there, you saw Barcode in a position where he absolutely should have died, and once again, but it's Barcode and Madsy just sitting in that Pipz position, laying down that team shot on Beastn that he probably was not expecting after seeing Barcode slink his way into Pipz one shot. You know, Beastn was probably looking at that like, okay, we can secure a kill, we can make ground off of this, but it doesn't matter because the comms, you know, like it's like watching two brothers, blood is thicker than water, just push through that Pipz situation there and just make that kill. You know, there's nothing that you can do as a Divine Mind team member there. You just have to take it.
Yeah, Chiefs are gaining some points, though. They're going to probably tie the game up here as BZIIRK's going to get shots across the map on Madsy. And you can see in the score up the top, BZIIRK manages to get a kill with the sword. You can see that Slayz is on 8 kills, and he's picking up exactly where he left off in the previous series.
Yeah, Slayz is actually putting on a really dominant performance here, just in that kill pressure that he's laying down. It's going to be really interesting to see, especially a Strongholds game. The kind of damage that he's going to be putting out the end.
Oh, he's been repulsed.
Oh my god, oh, that's 2!
Oh, he got 2 in 1.
The double repulse off the edge there, which is massive for them. That has to be so embarrassing as Divine Mind, because that was a really strong push coming out for them. But it proves to be for naught, Hoggy, is, you know, Pipz just answers with the repulsor. You know, bang, zoom, straight to the moon, and off the map you go.
Yeah, Chiefs push straight into A. They have a momentary trip cap, but Beastn will take B back for the side of Divine Mind. He's got a teammate next to him. They'll take down Barcodes. They do not want to push in. Their teammates are taking C. So Beastn's going to back down, move himself to gold, and try anchor this B point for his team. There is a player from the side of Chiefs inside B. He's going to jump up to try and take him down. He gets the call out. His teammate will take him down for him, and he will get the reset on B. So the points are moving in the favor of Divine Mind. But the Chiefs have taken the lead, and they are 3 down. The last player alive is Praties, and Praties will take on Beastn and take him down. The cleanup will be there from Slayz. So looks like the capture point will go back in the side of Divine Minds, and they will continue to get some points as Chiefs will take B.
It looks like Chiefs really wants to put a bit of priority on that B point right now because it is so notoriously hard to get a hold of. And I think Chiefs are pretty confident in their ability to, once they have that B point, to hold it down for as long as possible. But that being said, Divine Mind are playing a really good rotation here right now. They already have A and C, and if they can play off those 2 points alone for the rest of the game, that's going to be more than enough because it puts Chiefs in a difficult position where not only do they want B, but if they want to hold B, they're going to have to give it up for one of these other side points here. So it's going to be interesting to see where they progress from here. But at the moment, you know, I feel like this game's swaying more on the end of Divine Mind.
Yeah, Dannte has the camera and the mangler in hand. He'll clean up a free kill. He'll put some shots down on Pipz. If he can anchor at A here with the mangler and camo, they should be able to get a nice, healthy lead that they could potentially be able to turn into a game-winning play. As his teammate spawns up next to him, he is going to try to push towards Pipz. It's BZIIRK. BZIIRK's going around towards B. He's going to go straight into Pipz. There's a player right above him, and he doesn't manage to get the kill. Pipz playing real sneaky. I don't even know how he didn't see him. Pipz will jump out, though, and he will get taken down by Beastn. It's 2 down for either side. Beastn goes in. He's going to jump into B to grab this. The side of Chiefs are on A. His teammate is trying to defend it. He will take B. Chiefs have almost got A. They haven't quite managed to grab it yet. He's getting shots out on Praties across the map, and he does. His team is in C as well, trying to get it. The side of Divine Mind is just trying to get the capture points to get the points in their favor. But every time they do, the Chiefs are taking it back and keeping control.
Yeah, Chiefs, they're like prioritizing B for as long as possible, but that being said, they didn't really make a lot of ground off of it. Sure, they had the point, but they didn't have another point to actually back it up and start getting some ticks on the board and, you know, actually getting some scores down. So they did give Divine Mind a bit of leeway in that, in Divine Mind just being able to hold those A and C points. But now we should see a little bit more control coming from Chiefs, especially if they manage to cap this A point and get 3 down. But it looks like Madsy just being looped around a little bit. He does get that sword kill with the overlook on B, but he doesn't seem to be worth the peak because he is one shot at the moment, and that's not a challenge you want to take, especially against BZIIRK.
Yeah, sword back in the hands of Madsy. We saw what happened in the series earlier today when Madsy had the sword in his hand. He just ran in and he would get a double kill. If he did it there, it actually might have worked, but he didn't. He went in with the BR. The Chiefs are still picking up some points, and they're going to potentially tie up the game as Praties is going to bait the camo. 2 players from the side of Divine Minds are pushing him. Barcode will take down one. He'll take down the other. He'll grab himself the camo, and he'll pop it straight into his chest. And his team have got to somehow get C control back to get themselves some points, because even though they have the camo, they did lose C momentarily, and they'll get it back now.
I don't think it mattered, Hoggy, because at that point Divine Mind went down 3, and all that took was for them to bait camo, and it was like Divine Mind took it hook, line, and sinker. They sent 3 players down there, and none of them killed any of the members of the Chiefs, right? They managed to make it out there alive with the camo, and during that time, Chiefs also managed to cap C. So now we're getting more momentum from Chiefs. They are ticking up more and more score, and that camo play, that bait, was just like brilliant on the side of Chiefs. Like, they read Divine Mind all over like a book.
Yeah, Chiefs just holding B and C for the time being, racking up some points. They will take the lead. Praties has the pulse rifle in his hand. He doesn't manage to take it down, but he does make it one shot. He'll back down. He's going to call it out for his teammates and stay alive. This pulse rifle is so important on this map. He'll find Beast and put a shot into him. His teammates take down 2 at A. He's going to push around. Barcode gets the 3rd. Slayz is the last man alive, and he has been slaying all of today. But the Chiefs will hold A and C and continue the points ticking in their favor.
Oh, good shots coming out right there from Praties. That perfect just puts all momentum onto the C point from Dannte.
They take B as well.
Completely gone. There was nothing that they could do, and now they have a trip cap. That's huge plays coming from them. They read Divine Mind spawn so well, and Praties being able to pick off that 1 kill off the spawn instantaneously stops anything that Divine Mind could have been able to do.
Praties needs to put down the pulse rifle for the time being and start using his BR. There's always a point where you know that you need to stop using it, and that was it. Unless you're Barcode, man. Maybe you can just hold it in your hand for the whole time you're Barcode. But Pipz is going to take A. His team is losing B, though, so all they need to do is just stop them from getting a triple cap so that the game doesn't blow out, sort of, in terms of getting close in score. They just want to keep it a nice little lead for themselves.
This might be a little bit more rotation focused now as the map sort of seems to slow down. You do have a lot of members of Divine Mind who are sitting that top gold sign, but Pipz with the out BR just at the end there, I'm sure Madsy had a little bit of a helping hand just there, but he does get taken down unfortunately, but that was huge because Pipz now has the overwatch on the bottom tower and can supply help to the rest of his team.
Oh no.
Dannte does get a double kill though, using that sword to full effect. Does get taken down, just the trades going back and forth. And that Madsy stopping him there means that they're also stopping that C point from falling into the hands of Divine Mind. So they still have a hold of it. There's only 30 points left to go, Hoggy, for Chiefs to take this game.
Yeah, this ANZ setup is the setup that we saw last week from them with Slayer on this map, and they can hold these points perfectly. They can win the game. They only need 20 more seconds. The team of Divine Mind are trying to push in. Slayz is up at A. BZIIRK's at the bottom of the tower. Madsy's trying to run it with the sword. He does get taken down. BZIIRK goes down as well. It's one dead for each team. Slayz manages to turn over a point for them, so they will start ticking up some points, but he's weak and he needs to stay alive for his team. He gets challenged by Barcode, and Barcode takes him down, but his teammate will get the clean up. It's 2 dead for the side of the Chiefs. Pipz is pushing in for A. I don't know if anyone's around here. Dannte is there. He's going to try to push up. He has the mangle, though. He's going to play real sneaky and try to get the one-shot melee. Dannte comes up at the perfect time. His teammate will back him down, and he will capture A. So the points are in the favor of the Chiefs, and the Chiefs only need 9 more seconds. The last 2 players of Divine Minds are on the other side of Long Haul. They're trying to get around to C. Beastn's trying to get around there, and that will be it. Game number 1. The Chiefs will win, and they'll take the first game in the best of 5.
What could you even do as Divine Mind in those last few seconds of the game? Because they were going for C, but at the same time, Pipz just pushed B. So they have to prioritize something. They need points on the board, but they know if they cap C, they lose B anyway. So the time's just going to keep ticking away no matter what. Like, that was a really good setup at the end there from Chiefs. They had that down on lock at the very end. And yeah, I mean, I think they were showing Divine Mind a little bit more of that that Hydro sort of top tower setup that they experienced last week. And hopefully that doesn't get them down in the dumps too bad, because Divine Mind still are in this. There's still a few games to go.
Yeah, a bit of a rough game for Beastn. He went 7-19, so struggling at the start. Maybe he can bring it back in game number 2, but that's not what you want to see from the side of Divine Mind. Is, you know, if they're trying to repeat from last week, but look at the damage though. He's got 5,000 damage. He had the most damage, but he couldn't get the most kills. So, not saying that that necessarily correlates, but he did have definitely a lot lower kills than you would want to see from a player of that caliber. And Slayz obviously picking up where he left off, but it still wasn't enough. You know, the team of Chiefs, they're well practiced.
Yeah, if he's putting damage down lane, and he's just not having his team sort of follow up on that and turning them into kills, then it doesn't really mean much at the end of the day, which seems to be what it was all over. Like, Chiefs were just performing more in that rotational Slayer game, being all over their spawns. You know, we saw that one particular play where Divine Mind spawned on the C side of Long Haul, and then immediately all of Chiefs just collapsed on them. You know, I believe it was Praties had that shock rifle, immediately gets a kill, and then the rest of the team follows up on the other players. So, you know, what can you do as Divine Mind there? They've already got a read on your spawns, and how are you supposed to sort of take a quick sort of snappy answer to that? There's not really much you can do, Hoggy.
Yeah, and we saw a majority of the cameras go into the hands of the Chiefs as well, which doesn't bode well for the Divine Mind squad in the game. You see it in this replay right now. Praties had it, and they had it for majority of the game every time it came up. So, and we didn't see too much sword play either, as you see it in this clip here, obviously with the sword, but we didn't see too many sword plays like we did in the first series the Chiefs had, where Madsy was just running around with the sword by himself, just taking on 2 people. So we didn't see it as much in game this game against the Divine Mind squad, but the Chiefs are able to take out game 1.
Yeah, I would say pretty convincingly as well, especially towards that latter half. You know, maybe they were a bit rough in the beginning. They were sort of trying to figure out, okay, where are these players going to spawn? What are Divine Mind prioritizing overall? But in that latter half, you know, I feel like I'm just repeating myself all over again. They just had the map on lock. They went back to that Hydro side that they know and love, and Divine Mind yet again, they just couldn't break it. They couldn't get a good enough setup as 4 of them pushing in. So yeah, there was really nothing that Divine Mind could do at that point.
Yeah, and going into Slayer Bazaar, this is a map where I would say if you're losing the overshield and you're losing the rockets pretty often, you can just get trapped in each base over and over. So like if you don't keep control of the middle of the map, you're in trouble. So Divine Minds are going to have to look to do that going into this game, because if you let the Chiefs do it for too much of the game, they will pull out ahead of you. And if you're not able to bring it back and do the same, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. Like, Chiefs are really dominant at sort of getting prioritizing equipment to get power weapons, especially on Bazaar. You know, we've seen it come out from Barcode time and time again. He doesn't prioritize rockets first. He's prioritizing that grappling hook so he can get to rockets or just get rockets to him. You know, he can play it both ways, and then it's just a matter of the rest of the team providing him support and then going for the overshield. And then once that's done, it's, you know, if you're in Divine Mind's position, what answer do you have to that? You just have to sit back, hope that the Chiefs make a mistake with those power weapons or that power up in tow, and then punish them for it. But you're not really going to be able to do that in a lot of these situations because the Chiefs are always on their A game with them, right?
Yeah, we've got Slayer on Bazaar, and we're straight on board with BZIIRK. He's gone straight for the Dynamos, throwing him down bottom middle. He gets himself a double. Madsy gets himself a kill as well, so going straight in. He tries to take on Madsy, but Madsy rockets him, so it's 3 down for the sides of Chiefs momentarily. And BZIIRK was playing very, very aggressive at the start. Barcode's trying to stop them from getting the overshield. Pipz helps him out. He's got another player bottom middle, tries to thrust away, doesn't get it. Beastn is still alive. He's going to run in. He'll cop a nade, but he will get the overshield into his chest, and he does. He manages to get it. So this is a good start. They're up by 2 kills.
Yeah, good, you know, like good play overall. Madsy was able to just like use those rockets immediately though, which is absolutely insane. Beastn there with that huge just crouch strafe out BR. How can you even pay attention to that if you're another player on the field? Like, you know, what's your answer to that? Beastn, you know, this is the map where he's already 3-0, and I think we've seen him in the past. Beastn is really good at sort of these like two-sided, very even positions where he can sort of like take an area, control it, and then move on to the next, rather than more like of a frantic, chaotic sort of setup. He's good at just like anchoring areas, getting a couple of kills, and moving on to the next one. So I think that's something that we're going to see him do quite a lot in this game. Barcode already with the smack around. Jeez!
Barcode loves a bit of smacking bodies. I've seen him do it on his stream, and he loves doing it to Divine Minds, even if it's a slight bit of a tilter. He doesn't care. He's just doing it so that they know what's up. But even though we all know what's up, we already know that Barcode's the best. But you know, the side of Divine Minds, they're trapped over on the blue side of the map, and then the Chief side, they're kind of finding them as they're coming out. As Barcode gets himself a double and a killing spree, he'll find himself another. That's the triple. The overkill is in front of him to his left. He does get it. The kill tax to his right. Can he get it?
Can he do
the back smack or something? No, he doesn't come around. BZIIRK runs away, but that's an overkill for Barcode, and it's the usual stuff from Barcode.
Yeah, he'd be feeling that now, and now's the time where you're in Divine Mind, where you've seen that little yellow text come up on the board, and you're thinking, man, we really just gave him that, did we? And it looks like, just as I say that, they really just gave Madsy the OS, even though it seemed like Divine Mind was all over it, but that's not the case. You know, Madsy now popping that OS in. He's going to play super aggressive. I'm sure he's on comms right now, making sure to let everyone else know where the members of Divine Mind are, but he doesn't have to worry because he can just take a perfect like that, and there's no answer from Divine Mind. Slayz just goes down like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, Dannte pushes out straight into Praties, so he'll take a free kill for himself. It is 6 kills, 7 kills the lead as Praties gets another kill. Praties has started this game out hot. But Madsy, he just goes straight in. He does not give two stuffs what is going on. But Beastn is playing a much better game, Blue. He's playing a much better game, but Slayz is struggling.
Yeah, Beastn's really like holding it down at the moment, and he seems to be like the damage anchor. BZIIRK as well, you know, they're both 6 kills, 5 deaths, which you might be looking at the 5 deaths and like, okay, you know, but at the same time, look what they're up against. Look at the roster that they're up against right now, and to see Dannte sort of come off challenge Barcode, get the rockets, and then get another kill with them. Beastn comes in for the cleanup. You know, these are the kind of kills that you need to put on the board to start making that kill disparity between both teams a little bit closer.
The side of the Chiefs are spawning up inside the blue base. Divine Mind knows what is up, and they know they are in there, but Beastn's going straight in. He'll find Madsy and back down because he does not want to go in without help from his teammates. There's one dead for either team. Beastn gets shots on Barcode for his teammate.
Barcode lives.
Barcode lives. He does live. He's going to go straight in, though. BZIIRK tries to find him, and he does. He gets the double kill, so he cleans up the kills for his team to keep it a 6-kill gap still. So Divine Mind doing their best to come back, but as long as they don't let it slip, once we get to that 30-kill mark, they can still come back and win.
4 seconds of that overshield just there, and unfortunately BZIIRK, watching over it as hard as he could just not manage to get in a good position where he wasn't taking damage. You know, Chiefs were all over him, making sure that he couldn't, and now we're going to have Barcode with the Dynamo nades, the Bulldog, and the OS just being able to charge full throttle. This is what he does best. You know, He has no fear right now. He doesn't have to worry about anything. He's got an extra set of shield keeping him alive, so he can just lay down as much damage as he needs to. And he just takes that perfect nade off the stairs there and just absolutely demolishes Slayz. So this is what Barcode's used to. We see him, I believe all the major highlights from Barcode have come off of the back of playing on Bazaar. So this is just another one in the highlight reel. He's already 14-5, laying down damage, laying down the kills. You know, this is the player that everyone's so used to seeing, Hoggy.
Yeah, 3 of Chiefs go down momentarily, though. Praties the last man alive. He's also one shot. He'll get called out. Hopefully he can get his teammates to spawn next to him and help him out, but they are trapped in the side of red base. Praties is getting shot again. Good teamwork from Divine Minds. There's another player at the back, and that's Pipz. Pipz is trying to stay alive for his team and distract as long as possible as his teammates will push from the other side of the map. BZIIRK and his teammates going to work together to try and get Pipz.
Pipz is still one.
Yeah, Madsy's here as well. Madsy's trying to come in to help him. BZIIRK takes him down. Slayz comes in as well. And 2 players from the side of Divine Mind go down.
The Milkman.
Chiefs are down as well. Milkman, he's
The
still
Milkman.
alive. The Milkman gets a kill. That's what I was talking about. All he does is just milk his life.
That entire time he was alive, and what does he pull out clutch with? The AR. He whips out that full auto, lights Divine Mind's whole block up. He does not care. He just came through full force, and he actually managed to get a kill before he died. That's massive. And that's exactly what you were talking about before. And then you have another player like Praties just deliver a triple kill from the heavens. Like, what do you do as Divine Mind in this situation? The Chiefs have you on lock. You need to respond quickly, otherwise this game is going to start to blow out very, very fast.
Yeah, perfect time to get himself a killing spree as well. He's going to grab the rockets in hand. They needed that triple kill as well. It was the perfect timing to get a triple kill. It allows them to get the overshield and the rockets. They have had all 4 overshields this game. Praties is looking for some spawners and he won't be able to find them because they're all over on the other side of the map as Madsy will go down. He's still got 1 rocket in hand and he's going to keep that in his back pocket for the time being. Just put some shots across the map. So control of the map is in the favor of the Chiefs. And I said it, you know, if you control the middle of this map, you can win the game.
They have them just constantly trapped on this red side, and then when they're not trapped on red side base, they're trapped on blue side. There's not much they can do. You can see BZIIRK try to get a bit cheeky with the AR there, but it proved to no avail. Will we see Praties get this out BR right here after Slayz got the first shot, but he does go down, and Praties just manages to stay alive. You know, he's a bit of a milkman himself. He's doing the same job that Pipz is. You know, 3 kills to make up this match right now, and it doesn't look like Divine Mind have much room to make this up themselves and get back in the game.
Yeah, Praties is saying Barcode, who I am the main slayer of this team. He's got 16 kills. Barcode's only 1 ahead of him. All we want here is Praties to get another kill and get himself in the lead. There's only 1 kill left. Pipz is flying into Bar. He'll get shots across the map for his team, but his teammate goes down, so he's going to back down with the Bulldog. Let's see if he can use this Bulldog to his advantage. No, but his teammate gets a kill, and they will take down game number 2, 50-38. We're on board with the Milkman right at the end.
He got that head nod at the end there. He knew, you know. That was
He's like, yeah, I'm the Milkman.
Yeah, exactly. He could hear us. He could hear us through his comms. You know, not much to say about that game, Hoggy, honestly. That was a super, super dominant performance from the side of the Chiefs. And again, like I pointed out before, I feel as though that every major highlight that we've seen come from Barcode has come on the Bazaar map, and it's just something that I feel like Chiefs, they have Bazaar tatted on their chest. They know exactly what to do on this map. This map is their map. It's their home. They know everything about their map and exactly how to play it.
Yeah, Pipz only with 4 kills, but when you're milking that much, all that matters is how much milk you got. Don't know how many kills you got, right?
I'd love to run that back and see how long he was 1-shot for, and then stayed alive on top of that before getting that kill. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, but BZIIRK on the other side, he's getting kills left, right, and center. Barcode with an overkill. We saw that. I wish he got the kill tag though, running around. I know BZIIRK was there. It felt like BZIIRK was probably just running from him. I know if I was BZIIRK, I'd just be running. I can't let him get the kill tag.
No way, not on stream. There's no way I'm letting that happen. Oh, good stuff coming out from Barcode though. You know, absolutely that consistent performance. You know, even if Pipz only did manage to get 4 kills on the board, again, I want to pull back like that. Being able to stay alive that long in a pro play match, manage to get a kill just before you go down yourself is massive. And that's the kind of teammate that you need in your back pocket, because we mentioned it before, but Pipz is consistently doing that kind of thing. That's not the first time we've seen him pull the Milkman strat, and that's where this, this name that we're pulling out so much is coming from, because he's just milking his life. He's making sure that the focus is on him, so the rest of the Chiefs can like pull in, take a certain angle, or just help him and collapse on you know, the enemies that are in front of him for kills. So just incredible stuff.
Yeah, Barcode loves shooting the bodies, doesn't he? He wants to let him know what's up. But yeah, Pipz, he just milks his life so often. And like I said, only 4 kills. But man, all you have, like one of his kills came from that situation,
yeah, exactly,
right?
Exactly.
You know, and it's just like, even if he just trades his life in those situations, it's just huge for his team. But Slayz didn't do too well in that game either. Obviously, you could say he just picked off where he left off in the previous game in terms of how he was playing for the day. But this game, he fell by the wayside a bit. It almost like he traded with Beastn.
Yeah,
after game number 1.
Yeah, you're like actually incredibly right. And thinking back to it now, you know, we were giving Slayz commendations at the beginning of the game for how consistently he was performing throughout. And now we're watching BZIIRK and Beastn sort of like split the damage or the kills that he was doing and put them between the two of them. And now they're doing all the main slaying, and Slayz is sort of falling to the wayside. So don't know how that's being communicated back on the team. But as we get into this Aquarius match, you know, the Aquarius is the map that we saw Slayz do the best in before. You know, him absolutely pop off in that first game. So it might be more of a map-dependent thing for him. I guess we'll see coming into this this third map here, Hoggy.
Yeah, and there's a camo up top middle, and you can't let the Chiefs get the camo over and over like they did that overshield in the previous game. But we're going into game number 3. Can the side of Divine Minds reverse sweep the Chiefs and get themselves into the grand final again? What a storyline that would be if they reverse sweep to get to the final again. But two of the players of the Chiefs do go down right at the bat.
Yeah, you'd be hard-pressed to actually convince me that's going to happen, Hoggy, but I doubted you today on Team Immunity, so I shouldn't openly doubt you now because I feel like that's going to come back to bite me in the bum. So I'm not going to do that. But, you know, we already see Dannte open the match with 3 kills back-to-back-to-back, so... And we see 2 members of Divine Mind already push blue util side. They do have their flag taken, but they can just pull the flag themselves, which puts them in a stalemate position. So it's going to be interesting what they can do here and see if Madsy actually manages to make it out alive, and he does.
Yeah, he's still alive. He has BZIIRK next to him, though, and there it is. BZIIRK finally cleans him up. He was a little too slow, but his teammate goes down. So Praties going to turn around, try to take down BZIIRK, but no, BZIIRK is doing work in the enemy base. He's got 3 kills, and 3 of them have all been inside the base of Chiefs. He's got 2 players right next to him. Barcode's coming from P1, a perfect name from his teammate. BZIIRK's already on a killing spree. He's starting off the game hot. This is what they need. They need to get a cap early and get themselves into this game, and BZIIRK knows exactly that.
BZIIRK is 5-0 right now in like such the early minutes of the game on a flag match. He's able to make so much ground, get so many kills, and you know for a fact that he's giving as many calls to his teammates as possible as to the positions of the Chief in their base. You know, they're applying so much pressure right now, but it's going to come down to if they can actually turn this into flag momentum, if they can pull that flag and make it past the halfway point of the map and stop the Chiefs from being able to deny them a cap. You know, they should be looking at now possibly making a flag cap, but I think with BZIIRK going down, they're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, BZIIRK managed to get himself 5-6 kills off the bat without going before he went down, and he didn't really get too much control of the Chiefs space, did he? He kind of went in there, cleaned up a few kills, and then he pushed out on P side, got another kill, and then he was stuck P side. He couldn't get himself back into the base. Camo's about to come up. Beastn is just sitting on the side of the Chiefs. He is behind enemy lines. The flag is being run. Barcode takes down one, and Madsy grabs himself the camo. He's coming back for Beastn.
Madsy with camo right now. He's pushing in with his teammate. They're going to be able to take up Beastn, but not before Beastn manages to get himself a kill. So they are running this flag, and it looks like this is going to be a pretty convincing cap from the side of them. But we do see 3 members of the Chiefs go down, and Madsy does manage to make that cap just in the clutch, but now we're probably going to see a bit of that counter cap nature come out from Divine Mind if they can make some good ground here.
Camo still in the hands of Madsy. It's probably about to run out. He will take down one. Praties will get another. He's got to fight with BZIIRK. BZIIRK is back in the enemy base, but Praties takes him down. And there's the teabag and the shooting of the bodies. Oh no, they're trying to tilt him as much as they can. All 3 players of Divine Mind are in utility, and they're going to have to try to push out.
Yeah, Praties is probably going to be able to make it out of here. He doesn't, but he does trade a good amount of damage, you know, making that player from Divine Mind. Couldn't quite see who it was one shot before he manages to get out, and I'm pretty sure they went down immediately after. So it was really good for Praties to stay alive as long as he did and get the melee in. But we're not seeing too many pushes come in from either team. Yeah, almost. We're not seeing too many pushes come in from either team. You know, the Chiefs do have one on the board, but Divine Mind are getting some good kills here and there, but they're not turning those kills into map pressure. They're not making the footing or the ground that they need to on Aquarius in order to actually, you know, get good map positioning or good flag positioning. They're just not hogging.
Yeah, BZIIRK and Dannte have started out hot this map, but it isn't working out too well for them. Pipz goes in, he'll take down another, so it was 3 down for Divine Mind. Dannte is the last man alive. He's getting challenged straight away by 2 players of the side of Chiefs, and Chiefs now have utility control. Praties will stay alive, get his teammate to help him, then they'll try push in for this flag as the players from Divine Mind are spawning over at their fridge side. So Chiefs had control of utility, and this is their best chance to get a potentially second cap, Bluey.
Camo did just come up. Not sure who managed to get that. It looks like BZIIRK maybe in possession of the camo. Oh no, it's Pipz. Pipz just grabs it. And if he manages, no, he doesn't. Doesn't milkman it enough, but it does mean he burns camo. So he still makes a lot of use out of his life there because he's just denied Divine Mind the ability to use the camo and get any map pressure. But as we see here, Barcode just making that sprint run with the flag, handing it off to one of his teammates just to make sure that they have enough ground and they can get some Slayz on the board, and making BZIIRK one-shot enough that he can't peek. So we do see Barcode might be here with the flag stop, and he does. He could get this return. That's a good kill. Does manage to stop BZIIRK before he goes down, and that's a double for Barcode, but will Slayz be able to run this flag a little bit more and keep it alive for as long as possible? We might see a cap come from Divine Mind right now.
Yeah, massive pull though from Slayz. He managed to get 2 kills and get a touch on the flag. Beastn will go down there and get another. Dannte will take down Praties. Madsy's up on top car. Pipz trying to be real sneaky with his flag. He's going all the way to car 2. His teammates are all dead and he's just holding the flag. So he's just trying to be real sneaky the best he can to see if his teammates can help him out. Praties will go down straight away off respawn. Beastn's going straight in and they think the flag's at the back, but it's not. Pipz is running all the way away.
Oh,
there he is. He's put it out front middle.
You saw the ping come out, and that's just wasted time because 2 players' attentions were drawn to that back position. That was a bad call, and that's not the kind of comms you want to see, but BZIIRK is just delivering back with a good double kill. Will he get the triple here? He doesn't. He falls to Praties, and Praties delivered a little extra shot at the end there just to let him know who's in control of the situation. Pipz does manage to touch the flag, so it is still alive, and all it's going to take is for Chiefs to make a good run here. I don't think Slayz will be able to stop this.
The flag's reset as well, so they're going to cap here. I'm not sure how it got reset, but someone from the side of Chiefs has run in and got a reset, and now they're up 2-0. Pipz basically carrying that cap by running it into his own utility, faking out the side of Divine Mind, so they managed to cap off it.
Yeah, smart plays from Pipz there. Definitely the kind of objective play that you want to see at this level. Really good for him to be doing. Madsy just cleaning up the 2 kills for Barcode, and Barcode just being the absolute support player there with those dynamo nades, but does manage to pick up a quick kill on BZIIRK just as he spawns in that util side, I believe it was. No, sorry, in that fridge side. So immediately any sort of pressure that Divine Mind could have had is gone, and just like that, the Chiefs cap another flag in about, I don't know, a minute and a half since they capped their last one, and you're going to be hard-pressed to tell me that Divine Mind can come back from this one, Holgi.
Yeah, Divine Mind, they lost control of their own utility, and because of that, they managed to get 2 caps on themselves, even though they somehow stopped the first one for as long as they could. Praties is just playing his life. Dante's in his base, and his teammate Madsy will come in to clean him up. 2 down for Divine Minds. Beastn, he's got to stay alive on car, but he won't be able to. Pipz will come in for the kill. So Pipz is doing work. Ever since he sort of grabbed that flag, he's sort of picked up his game.
Yeah, it took that bit of momentum that Pipz could capture there, and now I feel like he just has more of a read on the map and more of a read on where the rest of the players of Divine Mind are, which is really good for him. And it seems like any time Divine Mind actually make any good footing, Chiefs just immediately have an answer and shut down any pull that they have on the map. But that being said, Slayz picks up a really convincing kill on top card there, taking on Madsy, but I don't think he's going to be able to get out of this one alive. There's just too much crossfire coming in from the Chiefs.
Yeah, he dodges a nade as well. He's one-shot and he does manage to stay alive.
Wow.
His teammates are going to push through P. He'll get shots on Praties. Barcodes takes down BZIIRK, and this is his teammate that he would have needed to help out, but he was not able to. Slayz is getting shot from the other side of the map by Madsy. He got a perfect kill with the Commando. So he has the perfect shots with the Commando, that is Madsy, but he gets backsmacked by a player from Divine Minds. Beastn's going to push out straight into Barcode. Barcode is at car 2. His teammate has called him out. He's right next to him. But Barcode pushes up at the perfect time. He gets the 2-shot beat down. There's another player around Barcode. He drops down and gets the double. He's going to push in. His teammate gets another. He's got one just to his left. The Dynamo Nade will make him weak, and he's going to pull the flag. He kills him with the Dynamo Nade, and he manages to get it to car 2, and he's going to keep running it. The side of Divine Minds are spawning on 1P, and Chiefs have control of the map.
Will we see a handoff here with the flag, or is Barcode just going to run the whole thing? It looks like he might just run the whole thing if he doesn't fumble it like he just did. But they do.
There.
Yep, the call has been made. You can clearly see from that nade going out, but it's going to be hard for them to actually make a return to the flag because BZIIRK can just hold that with the heat wave and makes the read on Praties with the camo. They return that flag, coming in clutch right at the end there, BZIIRK.
Yeah, BZIIRK playing real sneaky. A player of the Chiefs has run straight right past him. It's Madsy. He's going to come back and find him. His teammate Beastn is running it across the map. He's got it all the way to utility. This should be a cap for the side of Divine Minds. 2 players of the Chiefs run straight in, and they want to stop the players in their base. Barcode will jump back in, and he does it again. He's taken down players in his base. So you saw the Chiefs. They gave up on the cap. They ran straight back into their base to get control, but the score is now 3-1. Divine Minds get themselves at the board.
There's only 2 minutes, about 2 minutes 40 left for Divine Mind to be able to make 2 caps, and considering how hard it was for them to just get that one, man-oh-man, Hoggy, I don't think they're really going to be able to capitalize off of this one cap because you need that momentum to kick in as soon as you make that first cap. You need to make sure that you already have another player from your team staged in the other team's base to make sure that you can get a hold of that new flag and start making that run, but they just didn't have that available to them.
Yeah, that dynamo nade from Pipz was not ideal. It landed straight in the utility, made him and Barcode weak, and then they both ended up going down. But Beastn is going to push through car with his teammate. They'll take down Madsy. Praties is in the opposite utility, and Beastn does not want to push in too much. He doesn't have too much help. He'll need to back down. He stays one shot. He should not be dying here. That's not ideal. He needs to be waiting for his teammates, but his teammates are on the other side of the map, so cohesion is not really in place here for Divine Minds, but they've still got to get 2 caps, Louis.
Yeah, not at all. You know, Divine Minds are having a hard time sort of answering to this defense, this aggressive defense that Chiefs have, because it doesn't really seem like Chiefs are going in to grab a flag right now. They just want to get kills up on the board. They want to make sure that Divine Minds players are always on the respawn screen. And as I say that, we do have Praties coming out here with a flagpole. They're probably going to be able to put another one up on the board for them, which is huge, because if they actually manage to take this game to a convincing 5-1, man oh man, that's going to put Divine Mind down in the dumps. You know, there's not much, there's no way you can come back from that, you know, leading up into their next few games.
Yeah, there's only 2 players left on the side of Divine Minds, and they'll challenge Praties. He will take down Praties. Barcode's the last man left, and he jumps straight in. He'll be able to get a touch on the flag, but no, there's another player there, and he won't be able to win it. It will get the reset. Barcode not able to win the 1v1 as he usually does, and the reset comes through for Divine Minds. There's only 1 minute left. They're going to have to get a grab very, very soon.
Always 2 players on the side of the Chiefs challenging 1 player, you know. Divine Minds, BZIIRK made a really good push there, taking out Pipz and going in, but as soon as that was done, you had 2 players from the Chiefs just challenging him instantaneously. But Divine Minds are actually, looks like they could be able to make a convincing pull here, but Dannte just pulls it and immediately runs back because he knows the spawns on the side of the Chiefs are already coming out. They've only got 30 seconds left, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to capitalize on any of the time or any of the footing that they've made. You know, this is crucial time right now, and they are just falling at the wayside, Hoggy.
Yeah, Slayz is back inside the base of the Chiefs, though, and he will start moving the flag through utility, but if they don't get it there within the next 10 seconds, it will be over, and it looks like Chiefs will probably take this down. The flag is still not moving. Madsy's just trying to take on Slayz. His teammate comes through, and the Chiefs are going to win game number 3 and put themselves into the grand final, as they usually do. But can Divine Minds come back? They did it last week. Maybe they can come through the losers bracket, but the Chiefs will move themselves into the grand final. And that's how it goes, Bluey. They're here to play. They're back this week.
That's how it goes. Almost as if it's scripted, right? No, you know, the Chiefs always come in hard and fast. Like, they know exactly what they're doing. And I think, especially after that Bazaar game that we witnessed, man, they were in full power mode. And there was no way that Divine Mind were going to be able to come back